Hello, my name is Dax Soul. I'm a professor at the School of Earth and Environmental Sciences and a marine geophysicist here at Queens College. But and what that means is that I spend my time out on the oceans. I do things like make big explosions and then try to understand how things like seafloor volcanoes work and how continents move. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. Today, I'm here to talk to you about your pathway through college and your decision to choose Queens College as your place for higher education. Now, when I say that Queens College is a liberal arts institution, what does that mean to you? So when I say that Queens College is a liberal arts institution, does that mean that we train liberals here? No, that's not what that means, right? Liberal arts essentially goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks. It is how they decided, or it was their definition of what it took to be a full participating citizen, right? It was basically a person who had enough knowledge to participate in society. So when I say the liberal arts, am I describing things like literature and poetry? Yeah, absolutely. Those are the liberal arts. But am I also describing things like math, philosophy, physics, chemistry? Yeah, all of these are part of the liberal arts, right? So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about myself. And then I'm going to ask you to do 3 key things while you're here at Queens College, right? Because my time as a student, or my time as a college student, didn't follow a very normal path. The first time I went to school, I dropped out. In fact is, I was a history major, and I had a really difficult time staying awake in any given class at any different time. I was working a lot of jobs, and I wasn't ready for school, right? So I dropped out. I worked for about a decade, spent a lot of time in the private sector, and then I decided that I was going to come back and get my education. And when I started, the intent was that I was going to finish that initial history degree, right? And just like all of you, I had a plan. I went to school with a plan. I knew what I wanted to do, or so I thought, right? I was going to finish my history degree, and I had a variety of jobs that I was interested in. Right? But I took the very first class that summer. It was summer school. I took a Shakespeare class. It was Shakespeare 212. We were studying The Merchant of Venice, King Lear, Hamlet, to be or not to be, right? And they just so happened to teach that class in the geology and geophysics building, right? So while we were talking about all the wonderful Shakespearean plays, I was engaged daydreaming about the amazing pictures that were around me. There were people in far off places doing crazy cool stuff, right? Didn't take me long to change my major, and since then I've literally been to the ends of the earth, right? So I can tell you where to find you're amazing, you're special. And it's on the backs of your eyelids. It's the places that your mind takes you when you're relaxing. Those are the things that you have the ability to be obsessive enough about to really make a difference in the world. So while you're at Queens College, I'm going to ask you to do 3 big things, right? Big thing number 1, show up. It's pretty simple. Show up. You're paying for an education. Show up, right? The professors that you're going to be encountering, they all have chosen to spend their career working for you, right? Let them do the fun part of their job. Show up, right? Interact with them. Get your money's worth. Ask them questions. Send them emails, right? When you sign up for a class, realize that you're hiring them, right? They to a certain extent work to serve you, right? So show up. Big thing number 2. World's got 7.8 billion people on it right now. Use your time here to learn how to do hard things. Be fearless, right? Because the difference between people who do hard things And the people who do not has nothing to do with where you went to school or how smart you think you are, or what grades you got in high school, right? It has everything to do with your willingness to eat the pages of the book to digest the material. If you will commit to working hard, you can do anything, right? So be fearless, do the hard stuff, right? And then the last one, this is maybe the most important, right? Because this is how you figure out where you really want to go. Follow your nose. As Toucan Sam would say, it always knows, right? If you find yourself pondering something that's interesting, investigate it. If you see somebody that's doing something that you really think is cool, go do it. If there's an opportunity to put in an application to go someplace, do that, right? In the time that I've been at Queens College, I've taken close to 20 students at this point out on the ocean on NSF-funded research vessels. I've had, 7 or 8 students who have gone with me to Antarctica just in the last few years, right? But that's just in my lab. Queens College is full of people doing really, really interesting, cool stuff, right? Follow your nose, right? Now, there's another important thing that I want to talk about. While you're at Queens College, I want everybody to recognize that this planet is the only one we got. So just a second. While you're here, while you're here at Queens College, help make the planet a better place, right? Take the time to learn about the environment we live in. Whether you like it or not, you are living in a coastal city in an era of sea level rise. And your voice needs to be part of the conversation, right? You're going to be here, and we got no place else to go, right? And everything from how we deal with the trash in the city to whether we choose to have plastic bags or not plastic bags to what rules we place on the use of gasoline in cars, right? All of these things are going to require that you have an understanding of the environment and that you learn something about our planet, right? So while you're here, I want you to consider a couple of different types of classes.
So what is geology? Well, geology is the study of rocks, right? But it's a lot more than that. It's study of rocks and volcanoes, it's time travel, it's tsunamis, it's black smokers. If you're the kind of person who likes to go outside, right, and likes hands-on types of experiences, if you're the kind of person who watches the Discovery Channel or enjoys the Museum of Natural History, then geology is the type of class you should consider, right? We've got several to choose from. Geology 16 is my course. I'm teaching it in the spring. We're focused on plate tectonics, volcanoes, earthquakes, and at least as far as I'm concerned, the most fun parts of geology. But we've also got a course in natural resources, essentially where all of the materials that make our society go, geology 25. And then of course there's oceanography, and oceanography is, as far as the science goes, if you think about the oceans, they are the life support system of our planet. They are where our weather comes from. They are the source of our well-being and our food. It's where all our trash goes. When the oceans die, so do the planets. So does the planet. And then, of course, we've got environmental science, and we've got an environmental science 112 that's available. When you think about what environmental science is, it's the air you breathe. It's the water you drink. It's also where your trash comes, your food comes from, and where your trash goes. So these are all courses that would help you develop an appreciation for our planet and certainly satisfy the science requirements that are associated with most of our degrees. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. Welcome to Queens College. We are delighted that you're here. If I don't see you this coming term, I hope I see you while you're here at Queens College. There's so much to learn and so much to do. Thank you very much. Have a great day.